Hi, everyone. Welcome to Kiki and Kibitz. It's Mary, and I'm here with Inmate to Roommate, Season 2, Episode 3, recap for the Finesse King. And if you guys have been watching this faithfully like I have, I knew immediately who the title was referring to. But we'll get into Mark in a minute. I'm taking off my shoes and everything to get comfortable for this one. I don't know if you guys can hear me dropping my shoes under my desk. So I am loving the season of Inmate to Roommate. It's a Matt Sharp Productions. I am hoping that Matt Sharp doesn't fuck this up like they fucked up 90 Day Fiance and Love After Lockup to an extent. The drama is still raw and real, and I am fucking loving it. So let's get into Cyndi and her roomie, Jennifer. Okay. So now Jennifer is coming out of prison. Cyndi and their mutual friend, Richard. Richard is the dude who decided that it was going to be a great idea for Jennifer, a recovered meth addict, to move in with Cyndi, who is basically disabled because she had a foot amputated due to severe diabetes. She has a prosthesis, but she's in a wheelchair. Her house is a hot mess, Horde of Express, and she needs someone to basically come in, help her with things around the house, and to pay some bills. Now, Jennifer, she comes out and she's like, I'm so happy to be out here. Why isn't anybody jumping for joy? I'm like, bitch, Cynthia's in a wheelchair. She's not jumping for anybody. And so the first thing Jennifer wants is a cigarette. She's like, I am jonesing for a cigarette right now. And Cyndi, because she started thinking about what her good friend told her about recovering addicts and former inmates and their habits and all the things that could happen with Jennifer living with her. Um, Cyndi got a little concerned that she wanted a cigarette straight out of prison, but okay, they all get in the car. Um, Jennifer throws her shit in the back seat. She's like, I'll squeeze the shit back here. And they all go off to get something to eat. So she wants pizza. She has been dying for a good slice of pizza, girl, ever since she was sitting in prison watching pizza commercials. And she just wants a good old slice with some veggies on it. Okay. So she's there eating her pizza. And Jen asked her, what did she go to jail for? And I'm sorry, Cyndi asked Jennifer, what did she go to jail for? And Jennifer's like, I sold somebody a ounce of meth. I was addicted to meth, so I sold drugs, to basically supply my habit. And Cindy's looking at her like, wow. So then Cyndi asked her, I was a little concerned when straight out the prison gate you wanted a stimulant, you wanted a cigarette. Like, what things should I look out for? And Jennifer's like, oh, my triggers, you mean? Well, if I'm getting like snappy with you and very like, I like we're arguing all the time and I'm really snappy, then maybe you should sit down and talk to me and see if maybe, I'm being triggered by this whole situation. Okay, sounds good. So they're having pizza, and Jennifer's enjoying, her first couple of hours of freedom. And she realizes that Cyndi wants her to do things around the house and help her pay the bills. And at this point, Jennifer's like, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. I didn't realize I was going, to be chipping in here and playing the Cinderella role. And no, I'm not doing that. I have to concentrate on getting myself together before I can help anyone else out, which makes a whole hell of a lot of sense. Okay. And I was wondering this whole time why Richard thought this was such a great idea. So, good old Richard has been doing a lot of these things for Cyndi, okay? And Richard decided that, you know something? Maybe I should get somebody else to take some of the burden. Okay, this is the impression that I get. Because why isn't Richard taking Jennifer in if they're such good friends? No, Richard saw an opportunity and he said, you know something? I'm going to take this opportunity. So Jennifer's not out for the Cinderella life, and Cyndi is not looking for someone to have a free ride. So, you know, we'll see what's going to happen with these two. So now moving on, we have Veda, Annalisa, and Mark. Okay, where we left off last week, Mark tried to bring over a couple of honeys, to have a little rendezvous in Annalisa's house, and Annalisa was not having it. She was like, these bitches need to go. I don't know who these young ladies are, but they're not staying here up under my roof in your room. This is not a brothel. These bitches need to go. Okay? So she threw the bitches out. One of them told her to fuck off. I mean, if that was me, I would have snatched that bitch from behind and thrown her down my driveway. But we see Mark, and he's frustrated because all he wants to do is get some ass, and Annalisa's fucking up the vibe on his first day out. Okay, I mean, who the fuck does Annalisa think she is? She is fucking up Mark's vibe, and this is Mark's world. Don't you guys realize that? We're all just living in Mark's world. We're all just here to make him comfortable, provide a roof over his head, and let him get some booty calls. Do not give him a curfew. No, 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 no. He is a grown ass man. And Annalisa, by putting some boundaries and rules down, she's running a prison. She's running a prison. So, Avada is like, listen, this disrespect towards my wife, this shit gotta stop. Okay? So the two of them go out to a hookah lounge. And he and Vada's like, listen, my wife may be really tough on the outside and she may come off really, really tough, but deep down on the inside, she's really sensitive. Okay? And I want to help you, but the disrespect with my wife has to stop. So he's sitting there chilling with Vada, and he's like, I consider Vada a real cool OG, and if I have to apologize to Annalisa, I'll do it. So they get back to the house. Vada's like, shh, don't tell my wife we were smoking, okay? They go in the house. Vada's all tired. He's like, I'm going to go to bed. So he goes to bed, and Mark decides, I'm going to have a little talk with Annalisa. So he apologized. He apologized to her. Okay. He was all into this bowl of strawberries, sitting at the table, talking to Annalisa. I'm sorry if I disrespected you, and I get it. You want to hold me accountable. And Annalisa's like, he's a boy in a man's body, and it's up to me to teach him, social skills and how to be accountable. And Mark is just sitting there, and for a minute he even had me fooled. I was thinking, holy shit, is he really apologizing? Is he really going to stick to the 11 o'clock curfew for 2 weeks as a compromise? Is he really, did he see the light? Nah, no way. Mm-mm. During his confessionals, he was like, this is the way a player plays the game. I'm just playing the game. I apologize to her. That's a means to an end. And I gave her a hug. I gave the old lady a hug, so she'd be like, "Oh my God, this young man is so nice. He hugged me." I know how to finesse him. And here comes the title of the episode. I'm the finesse king. No, Mark, you are a piece of shit. So we see next week that Annalisa sees right through his finessing. But unfortunately, Vada is stuck in the middle. So more to come next week. Moving on to Kathy, Daniel, and Devin. Good old Devin decided that he was going to spend some extra time in Colorado instead of coming right back with Daniel as the plan. But and Kathy's still annoyed by this. Okay, Kathy's like, we had a plan. You went all the way out there. You went out of your way to pick him up so you guys could drive back here. And what did he do? So, they're just hoping that Devin finds their way to Texas, as planned. But Devin, okay, first, he's at his sister's house and he can't even mow the fucking lawn the way that she wants him to. Okay. She asked him, "Can you please just mow my lawn and, make it even," or whatever she wanted? He couldn't fucking do it. Okay. And she got so frustrated with him. She was like, "What is your problem, dude?" He's like, "I got distracted." Yeah, he's another one that he got distracted by some booty, but he didn't give in to the booty call distraction because the chick was some chick that he knew from back in the day. And in the area that she lived is where he got into the most trouble. That's where all his crimes were committed. So at least he had a half a brain to realize that a piece of ass is not worth potentially fucking up his freedom. Okay. But his problem is he waited too fucking long. He waited until the last possible second to leave from Colorado, get into his car, and drive to Texas. Okay? He has until the end of the business day to check in with his parole officer, or possibly after 3 days of freedom, he's fucked. So, of course, what you don't want to go wrong does go wrong when you're in a situation like this. Okay? So he's driving and he's like, I'm cutting it real close. And then the car starts making a noise. Beep, beep, beep. He's like, what the fuck? He pulls over, opens up the hood, and is like, yeah, the car's overheating. And he's kind of fucked because he needs to be somewhere. And I'm assuming that he's nowhere near where he's supposed to be. And he's all like, this sucks in front of his car. So I don't know. We'll see how that turns out. So now moving on, we have Marisol and Jim, the pastors, that I'm sorry, they're going to need more than Jesus to help them save Mickey. Just saying. Okay. So they go to the jail to go pick up Mickey, and they realize that he has additional charges. So he may be held in another county, for a bit to deal with these additional charges, which include evading arrest and assault on a police officer. Oh, this is exactly the type of dude you want to move straight into your house and you don't even know him. You've only spoken to him once on the phone. I'm sorry, once during a video call, written him a couple of messages. I mean, and this is exactly the type of dude that you want to move into your home. And Pastor Jim, I say this with all due respect, and I get it. You answer to a higher power, but I would look at the safety of my partner, okay, before this purpose that I'm trying to do, okay? Because if something were to happen to my partner while we're doing this together and I could have prevented it because I knew that this dude was violent, I would feel really, really horrible. Just saying, okay? So they're out there 5 hours waiting to pick him up, and then then they're told that he's going to be held for a couple of more weeks. He's not coming home today. So Mickey calls them And Jim is like, "Do you have something that you need to tell us?" And whatever, whatever, anything that'll prevent you from being released. And he's like, "Oh yeah," and then he tells them. Okay, so Jim is like, "Listen, it's gonna be a couple of more weeks and whatever." But I mean, he's not even out yet, and I feel like he's setting off on the wrong foot with them. So I don't know. I mean, I pray for Pastor Jim and Pastor Marisol. So next, oh, I forgot one other couple in my slideshow. I'm going to talk about David and Aaron before I get into what happens next time. David and Aaron, Aaron wakes up and he's singing in the bathroom. Okay. And that annoys the shit out of David. So now we see how two strangers who don't know each other living in the same living space could get kind of tricky. Doesn't matter if one is an inmate and one is a non-inmate, but it could get kind of tricky. Okay. So David has expectations of Aaron, and Aaron has expectations of David too, which I think is healthy. He's like, "Listen, I'm the type of dude, I'm in my room, and if I have the door closed, it's just I don't want to be bothered. Just, before you come in, or even better, don't bother." Okay. And David's all like, "Well, you don't have a lease and that's intentional." And Aaron is like, "I don't know about this, but David is hoping to keep up the communication so they could both, work on their ends. And Aaron is all like, "I may be at David's mercy, but I ain't gonna kiss David's ass." Okay. So now, next time, we have this lovely woman that I'm sorry I forgot her name already, who is taking in this dude. Look at him. His name is Jason. And in the 5 seconds that he appeared on the coming up next time, he said he is the master of chaos. And she is taking him in. I love it. This show is a fucking hot mess express, and I love it. So it is shown every Thursday night on the A&E network. If you don't have A&E, you can watch it on their website or on their app. Okay. And the episodes are usually put out the day after they appeared on TV. So the new episode should be uploaded today to the website and the app. So if you guys haven't started watching it yet, it's only on episode 3. Okay. So you could binge watch still. This show is fucking fantastic. And I'm feeling it. Thank you so much for watching me, everybody. Please subscribe if you don't already. Hit that like button, share my video with a friend or 10, and please consider joining my membership. Thank you so much. See you next time. Bye, everyone.